Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you guys are watching this video, I want to give you greetings and salutations. Thank you for checking in. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to size your artwork. So let's go ahead and dive right into this thing. Going over to Photoshop, we have a blank workspace here. What we want to do is set it up. Mine is already set to go. We're going to hit new. I'm almost guaranteed this is like this on anybody's software. Before you guys start a project, it's going to ask you, let's start something new. It might not say this, but you're going to have to do something like this. You're going to have to set your width, your height, your resolution, your RGB. I'm doing Gangsheets, and I'm showing you guys how to do Gangsheets today from buying artwork off of Etsy. So my Gangsheets customarily come as a 22 by 36. That size, I do 250 resolution with a RGB color mode, and the background comes on white. You can set it to black. You can put your background color up in there. I'm gonna go with white. We're gonna hit the button right here, create, boom. All right, there it is right there. Now, as it starts off, the background is gonna start white. For you guys to get rid of that in Photoshop or the version that I use, you have to click on the little lock right there. Now that background is clear to do what you want to do. This little eyeball right here, this thing that looks like an eyeball, if I click that, the background is going to be absolutely clear. Now, you can just start your project off like that. So when you save it, you're going to save it. The background is going to already be clear. But if you guys are doing transparent artwork and that background is white like this, when you send it to me, it's going to be white like that. So you need it to be checkerboard, gray and white checkerboard. All right, let's get into it. Let's go over to downloads. Let's pull in something that I know for sure has the extra stuff on it. Like when you're buying off Etsy, you might get some artwork like this that has all this extra space in it. You guys don't want this. You want to resize this. But if you resize it like it is and you're trying to get this stuff to fit your shirt, when you resize it down because it has all this extra stuff in there, your logos are going to be small. So let's go ahead and size this thing down to a 12 by 12 because this is what folks are doing. You guys have to know about sizing. Otherwise, your stuff going to not come out right and you're going to wind up having to pay for a whole nother gang sheet. Now, I might not get it exact. Don't worry about it. It's going to be close to it. 12.28. All right. This is a straight square. So if I thought I was getting 12 by 12s and I was like, okay, well, the software said 12 by 12. So I thought I was getting 12 by 12. But look at all this extra stuff. You don't want that. So how you going to fix that? Boom. And by hitting that check mark, I just put it in place right there. How you going to fix that? Because that is not a true 12 by 12. You're going to go up to this marquee tool, the one that has like the little broke up lines. I'm not sure about your software, but if you're using Photoshop, I'm quite sure you have a rectangular marquee tool. Go ahead and click on that. You want to make sure that you're getting everything up in there. So we're just going to go to a point, click on it, and just size it out. Boom. I know I got the whole thing. We're just going to leave it right there. Now, to get another copy that's going to give us the true size, we're going to go Control J. Boom. You don't know, but a new copy just popped up right here. What we're going to do is go up to the Move tool. We're going to click on Shift and just drag it over. Boom. Now, when I do the Control T to actually see what size this is, and actually that one I could turn off, and I'm gonna leave it on for the sake of showing you the true size of a 12 by 12. Now, to go on the layer that we just made, we're gonna Control T. Now you see we're right to the actual size of it. It goes right to the edges, to the top, to the end of it. Now when we do a 12, and it's not gonna be a 12 by 12, but when we size it out to an actual 12, boom. I think the other one was like a 12.24 or something. So I'm just going to do it there. Now look at the difference in the 12 by 12. Now, if you want this to go on your shirt, and it's not a 12 by 12, but it's a true 12 going up and down. So if I want to make some more copies, I'll go ahead and click that check mark. Then I just Control J to make a new copy. Shift, click on it, drag it to the side. So if you sent a whole bunch of gang sheets in and you size it with the way you bought it off the Etsy, your box is gonna have all this extra stuff. And I know because I get gang sheets like this all day, and I'm like, why is all that extra space up in there? She really could have utilized that better, because y'all don't be wanting to go past that line either. So you have a bunch of these on there, and you can only get maybe two on the line. But when you get it right to the size like that, you can get a bunch of them on there, at least three. So let's go ahead and click that. Let's turn that joker off. We're going to click on this, click on this. We're just going to drag both of those over. I can probably get two more of them jokers, to be honest with you. Now, how you copy something, and because my background is off, if I make a copy of this by clicking Shift, Control, Alt, and E, I'm going to get a copy of this exactly like this that I can just click on Shift, click on it, pull it to the side. I should be able to get exactly. Now I got four of those. Now we good to go. Boom. Let me show you something else about resizing. So we're going to go over to downloads. This is something that I just got from one of the group members. Let me show you another issue with sizing. We're going to just drag and drop it right into Photoshop. This is the thing, what's going on with you guys' artwork. If you're doing artwork, sometimes when you're sizing it, it's not going to come out right. So hers is the same way. She has a bunch of space at the top, at the bottom, all around. You want this thing to go right to as close as it can get so you can get the true size. So as I told you, you're going to take that image, you're going to get the marquee tool, and you want to get as close as possible to the artwork, because you want to make sure you're getting everything. And then you're going to Control J. That's going to give you another copy. But let me show y'all something real quick. On her artwork, I forgot to show you Control J just to show you how much stuff is there. Now you like, man, there's a lot of empty space. You're not sure why it's looking like that. How to actually know if something is behind that as well. Go ahead and double click on that and put a stroke on it. I'm going to show you stuff that's in her artwork that you can't see with the naked eye, but if you put a stroke on it, look at all this extra stuff that's in there. This is going to mess up when you're trying to size this thing down. You don't need this. Now, there's a trick you can use to get rid of that, but some of this stuff we don't want to get rid of, because I can tell this is light that goes around. That's light that goes around. But how you want to get rid of this stuff up top? You know what? Let me go back, because this is the original copy, but the one that I just made should actually have it as well. Let's see. Double click on it. We're gonna put a stroke on it. Yeah, it's still the same thing because it was exact to the point. But we want to get rid of that. So let's go ahead and get rid of the original, because I call myself making a copy the same way I did this one up top. But because the stroke, you see all this stuff in the background, we want to get rid of this. Go over here to the magic eraser tool. We're going to get rid of the background as much as we can. Stuff that we don't need. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong layer. You got to be on the right layer. Go ahead and get rid of that. Now you see all of that stuff that's leaving. Now we're going to be able to bust this thing down and get a true accurate sizing on it. And then I could get rid of stuff around here, but I really need that. If I zoom into it, you're going to see I'm going to need this stuff. Let's turn. Now, some of this stuff I don't need. I see some dots up here I can definitely get rid of. Let's go ahead, and you guys have to know how to size. You got to know how to clean your artwork. A lot of people grabbing off Etsy, and people don't, they don't have the love and care for their artwork. So a lot of people's stuff be busy like this. But this is good. This is good, because I'm going to need all this. Let me show you why. All right, we're going to click back on that. We're going to take the stroke off, because this is the light glare. So we're going to need the places that the light glare is on. Turn the stroke back on. You see what's on there in the background. Turn it off. We good to go. Control minus to zoom out, so you can see again what's going on. Stroke. Boom. I see some stuff that I don't need up here. Let's go back. Pick the right tool. We're going to pick the eraser tool. We're just getting rid of the extra stuff. So we're not going to get rid of these boxes, because we need those boxes as part of the artwork. But all that extra stuff that's messing up our sizing, we needed to get that off. All right, boom. Let's go back. And we don't have to go all the way back. We can go right here to the effects. Just click on the stroke. It's going to get rid of that. Now, when we hit that tool, that selection tool, Control T to get a selection. Now it's right on the money. You remember it had all this junk up top. It had stuff on the sides. Now we good to go. What did she say? I think she said 11 by 13. Yeah, I think she did say 11 by 13. But I wasn't going to be able to get 11 by 13. It was like 9 something because I was bringing it down. Boom. Let's just get the 13 close as we can. So that's not exactly 11, but if I brung it outward to make it 11, it's going to distort her artwork song. So I was really trying not to do that, but doing it this way, you guys get a better idea of how many you can get on there. So boom, we're going to set that in place. This video is probably going a little bit longer than I needed to, but you're going to understand exactly what to do after this. So go ahead and do a Control J while you're on the layer right here for this. Go ahead and hit your Control J. We're going to make sure that we're on our move tool, clicking on shift, dragging it over. Boom. Now we can get more. Now this size that she chose, I was only able to get 5 of these on the gang sheet, but the way she did it originally, I would probably only be able to get maybe 4 on the gang sheet. So when you cut out all that extra stuff that's around that, guys, it's going to make it so much better to be able to do what you got to do. And then I still have those up top. We got the doubles up here, which I can actually just do a Control J of that layer and then drag those jokers down here. It's probably a little bit big because I didn't size the ones in the middle. I just kind of put them down there, but let's go ahead and bring those up. So when you guys are making gang sheets, just make sure that you're sizing your stuff right. Now we can get 2 of those in there. We can get, if we were doing shirts, now we'll be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and do a Control J of that one as well. We're going to scooch that one right on over. Now we got 10 shirts on the gang sheet. I hope you guys understood what I just did. And then to save it, to make it a transparent background because the layer is off. Using Photoshop, your last layer is always going to be the workspace area. And it's going to, by default, always be white unless you change it to be something else. But as that layer is off, you come up here to File, Save As. You're going to click on this and then go down to PNG. And you're going to save it as a PNG. Just call it whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it test. Boom. Save that joker, you good to go. All right, file size, we good. And to save it as a PNG in Photoshop, it has to be on the RGB color mode. You see, it's taking a little bit of time to save, but let's go over to where we saved it at. Boom, right here, test. It's going to pop up transparent. Now you know that this is good to go. You can send this to me ready to go. I'm going to get everything printed and it's going to look beautiful. All right. So that's it, guys. I hope you got something from that right there. I hope that helps you guys to size your artwork when you're buying it off Etsy. When you send the gang sheets to me, you're going to make your artwork real tight. Just get as much as you can get up in there because I'm not charging you guys by I'm charging by the size of the gang sheet. I don't care if every piece of this thing is filled up with artwork. We're not charging you by how much artwork is in there, how many colors you use. We're charging you by the size. So this 22 by 36 gets us 10 t-shirts. Now you can take those 10 t-shirts, these up here, you know, it's 12 inches. You can sell those for 25 a piece. We're looking at $200 right here. These we can probably sell for, let's say, $30. We're looking at $260 off spending $33 if you're a regular customer, but if you're wholesale, this thing's going to cost you 22 bucks. So guys, that is it. I hope you got something from that lesson, as I said before, but that's it. I'm out of here. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Peace.